Welcome to the Wisdom English classes for the students of CBSE class 9th. Students, we have already discussed the poem Rain on the Roof with explanation, and now we are going to discuss some of the poetic devices used in this poem. So let us start with stanza 1. There is alliteration. Alliteration, you know, the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more consecutive words, like humid, hover, repetition of ha sound, asteri, spheres, repetition of saw sound, press, pillow, repetition of paw sound, lie, listening, repetition of law sound, and then the second poetic device is onomatopoeia, the use of sound words to create a dramatic effect and auditory imagery. Very simple, you just learn it. A sound word, the word that reveals sound, is called onomatopoeia. Like patter is the use of sound word, so it is the sound made by the raindrop falling on the rooftop. That's why patter is onomatopoeic word. And now personification is also there, treating a non-living thing as a living being, like darkness. Darkness has been personified when he says that it is sad. So darkness can't be sad, it is the emotions of a human being, and that's why personification has been used here. And then transferred epithet, the use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. In melancholy darkness, the darkness is not melancholy, but it refers to the sad people. Melancholy means sad and darkness means darkness. So melancholy darkness means here melancholy is referred to people who are sad, and that's why it is transferred epithet. And now stanza 2, here again we can see the use of alliteration. Busy, being, repetition of ba sound, there, threat, repetition of th sound, the sound, rain, roof, repetition of ra sound, and onomatopoeic word is also there, like tinkle, patter again, and personification is also there. Recollection is personified when he says that they weave dreams. The weaving dreams is the feature of a human being, it's not a feature of a rain. That's why personification has been used here. And again transferred epithet, dreamy fancies. It doesn't mean that the fancies are dreamy, but it refers to the people who have dreams. And now stanza 3, alliteration is again there. Memory, my mother, repetition of ma sound, darling, dreamers, repetition of da sound, and onomatopoeic word is also there, again patter is used here. So these are some of the poetic devices used in this poem, and now we are going to discuss the question answer of the text exercises. So let us see here the question answer. Question number 1, what do the following phrases mean to you? Humid shadows, starry spheres, what a bliss, 1,000 dreamy fancies, into busy being start, 1,000 recollections, weave their air threads into woof. So answer of number 1, humid shadows refers to the dark clouds which are full of water. The clouds carries waters and they move in the sky. So that's why it is called humid shadows. Clouds carrying water are called here humid shadows. Stereospheres refers to the sky at night time which is full of stars. Starry means stars, spheres means the sky. So sky full of stars in the night. Bliss means a blessing, happiness, pleasant moment. The poet feels blissful because he recollects his childhood memories with his mother and her love and affection and care. And number 4, 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start means that people start having varied sweet dreams. When the poet is lying on his bed and he is hearing the sound of raindrops on his roof, so it seems as if he is lying in his mother's arm and her mother is helping him with her melody, with her melodious music, song, lori you can say. So the poet is full of past beautiful memories here. And number 5, 1,000 recollections weave their ear threads into woof means that when people are asleep, the memories of the past come back into their mind in the form of dreams. And now question number 2, what does the poet like to do when it rains? When it rains, the poet likes to lay in bed and hear the rain falling on the roof of his room. जब बारिश हो रही होती है तो पोएट को अच्छा लगता है अगर वो अपने बेड पर पिल्लो के सहारे और इंजॉय कर रहा होता है, बारिश की उन बूंदों को महसूस कर रहा होता है जो एक बिल्कुल म्यूज़िक दे रही हैं और वो एक सुखद अतीत के एहसासों में सुखद एहसास उसको दे रही हैं, अतीत के उस ब्यूटीफुल प्लेजेंट मोमेंट्स को वो रिकलेक्ट करता है. What is the single major memory that comes to the poet? Who are the darling dreamers he refers to? The poet has memories of his beloved mother. When he was a child, she would put him and his siblings to bed and allowed them to sleep till late. They had sweet dreams in their sleep. Darling dreamers refers to the poet and his siblings when they were children and had sweet dreams. They were loved by their mother and so were her darlings. तो डार्लिंग ड्रीमर्स पोएट अभी वो एक वेल मैच्योर्ड पर्सन हो गया है और उसकी मदर अब नहीं रही. नाउ हिज मदर इज़ नो मोर. बट अपने बेड पर लेटा हुआ जब बारिश की बूंदों को छत पे सुनता है तो वो फिर से उसी सुखद मेमोरीज़ में, पास्ट की, अतीत की खुशनुमा मेमोरीज़ में वो फिर से उसे याद आती हैं जब वो अपने ब्रदर एंड सिस्टर्स जो छोटे छोटे होते हैं उस समय बेड पे लेटे हुए हैं और मदर अपनी थपकी के साथ और लोरी सुना के और उनको सोने में हेल्प कर रही होती है और ये रात भर चलता है टिल डे ब्रेक, टिल द डाउन, सुबह तक. और वो सुखद एहसास वो अपने दिल में समेटे हुए है और वो अपनी मदर को मिस भी करता है और उनकी वो स्वीट मेमोरीज़ को याद भी करता है. एंड नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. इज़ द पोएट नाउ ए चाइल्ड? इज़ हिज मदर स्टिल अलाइव? नो. नाउ द पोएट इज़ नॉट ए चाइल्ड, he is an adult and his mother is not alive anymore. Thank you.